Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos,
make sure you stay in one piece.
I was leaving work to head home one night. I live about 30 minutes away from my job. On my route heading to work and heading home, I always would pass by this wooded area while driving. Usually it'll be like halfway through the 30-minute trip heading home or going to work. As I was passing by this wooded area, I came across a woman that was standing on the side of the road, particularly in my lane, and she had her thumbs out, signaling like she needed a lift. Now, I was debating on should I give this woman a lift. I didn't really trust a lot of people, plus I was new to this town and I try to just stay to myself most of the time. I'm very selective about who I make friends with and who I associate myself with. As I was looking at this woman though, she looked like she was covered in dirt. It seemed like she really did need help. I was wondering as I came close to her, should I put those fears aside and help this woman? Cause she looked like she was distressed. So I decided to give this woman a ride. I pulled up beside her and I asked her, "Excuse me, do you need a lift?" I asked her as I rolled down the window. Now I expect her to say no, obviously, because I'm pretty sure she wouldn't feel comfortable accepting a ride from a man, which I completely understand. But her answer surprised me. "Okay, sure, I can use your ride. My boyfriend dumped me and he left me on the side of the road, and I just want to get home. I don't live too far from here," she said as she was getting inside my car. The woman was wearing a tank top and shorts, and she had on sneakers as well. She was a very petite woman, but her behavior felt off to me. As she was getting into my car, she kept on looking around, and then she grabbed out her phone and was texting. I didn't know who she was texting, but I tried not to pay it no mind. So I asked her, "Alright, you say you don't live too far from here, right?" "Yeah, it's actually gonna be the next right after this stoplight. And once you turn up to this street, I live 5 houses down. So you just probably have to just count them, I guess," the woman said. But something I noticed that gave me some red flags. It seemed like she was kind of guessing where she lived. Like she didn't know for sure where she lived, which that seemed off to me because if you live somewhere, you should automatically know off the bat without even trying where you live at. But that seemed kind of strange to me. Maybe she just moved here, and that's what I thought to ease back the suspicion that I had of the woman. When I finally pulled up to her place, I unlocked the door, and I got out of the car, and I opened her door to lead her to her place. But she was still sitting in the car on her phone. It was almost like she didn't notice that I opened the door and was helping her get out of the car. I was baffled for a moment. So I leaned down and I asked her, "Is everything alright? Is this your place right here?" "Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is my place. Hey, would you come with me for a second to my house? I wanted to give you some money for driving me home. I know that was inconvenience for you, and I know that was out of your route heading home. So I want to at least, pay you for your troubles," she asked me as she snapped her neck towards me. I didn't really want to go with her in her house. I was very tired, and I really wanted to get home because I had to work the next morning. So I kindly turned her down. "Oh, no, you don't need to pay me. I'm good. Trust me, I was going to give you $2,000 in cash." After she told me that, I immediately changed my mind. I mean, who wouldn't need $2,000 immediately? So I followed her towards her house. But as I got closer to her house, I noticed that her house looked kind of run down. I started to have doubts about should I accept money from her. But by the time I had those doubts, I was already at her front porch. "Okay, you just wait right here at the front porch and I'll be back with your money. I'm gonna give it to you in cash." Okay. She went inside the house and I stood there for about 5 minutes. But as I was standing there, I just kept on having that feeling that something was not right. And the feeling was so strong that it was eating at me. That's when I decided to make the decision to just go ahead and leave. I started to not trust this woman. Something was just off. As I was heading towards my car, I turned around, and what I saw made me really glad that I made the decision that I made. I saw two hooded men with knives running towards me. I quickly picked up the speed, and I got in my car and I drove off fast. As I was driving, my heart felt like it was gonna beat out of its chest. I was relieved and startled at the same time. I can't believe how easy it was for me to almost get robbed or killed or both. I really am glad I made the right decision to leave before things could have gotten ugly fast.